I fixed the camera, is what I'm doing. I fixed it, I think. That's better. That's way better. Actions have consequences, so you gotta do something. Because when you do stupid stuff, you get stupid prizes, and my prize is you have to take antibiotics. You have to not bend your finger very much, so you don't open up the wound very bad. But there is no other solution. Because there is nothing else to do. Like, maybe the healing process takes longer than expected because the process might be longer because it's deeper cut. I don't know. I genuinely didn't look at how bad I cut myself. I kind of just whipped some glue out and glued it together. So, was it the smartest process? No. But stuff happens, so can't win. You can win, you lose. You win some, you lose some. Anyways, I forgot what I was talking about. Let's get back to like gym stuff and like muscle stuff. This is actually a beef that I do not get it. I don't get being mad at people for trying new movements in the gym. I don't get it. Y'all have this argument of this movement's better, this movement's blah, blah, blah. Oh, that movement kind of looks stupid, whatever. You're kidding, right? You're annoyed because you don't like that this person is saying this is a better movement, and this is their opinion. They're having a strong opinion about this, that this is a better movement. You're kidding, right? You're getting annoyed because someone has an opinion that differs than you. What? That's what the internet's come to? Is that you have to have the same opinion of me or you're wrong? I don't care if you don't believe the science because it's tested on just newbie lifters. Cool. Don't trust it. But when people start getting relatively nice gains for their genetics, and they are talking about how it's because they're doing this and this, and you were dogging on it 3 weeks ago, you're like, not even just 3 weeks ago, like a year ago, and you refuse to acknowledge that maybe what they were saying had some relative good understanding of what they were talking about, and you're just gonna be like, no, I'm right, you're wrong. You're kidding, right? That's child. That is literally a child's point of view. That no matter how much you give me a fact of, you're wrong, I'm right. That you're a child for thinking like that. You don't have the ability to critically think. You don't have the ability to test it out yourself. No, you have the ability to sit in your fucking chair and get mad at a dude for saying, in his objective opinion, these are better than shoulder press. And they're like a front delt raise act weird thing. In his opinion, they're better. And he believes it wholeheartedly. And like they're just literally lying front raises pretty much. He's lying on a bench, letting the front raise go up, letting the dumbbells go down, touch the floor, and go back up. Are they completely controlled? No. Do they go from dead stop to up? Yes. Doesn't matter. No. It doesn't matter how he's doing this movement if he's doing the most perfect version of this movement. No. Because not everyone does the perfect version of any movement. Because if you're doing the exact perfect version of every single movement, you're so worried about getting anything wrong, you're not going to grow because you can't have that intensity that you need. So you shoot yourself in the foot and you say, oh, okay, like I'm not training hard enough. I'm too focused on perfection. Cool. You have now stepped a little closer to your goal. What's next on that goal of becoming a bigger person in general is not being a hating ass bitch. Simple as that. I am genuinely confused on why people are such big haters nowadays. I understand it's become very popular to hate on people for having a different exercise selection than you. And it's not a very well-known exercise selection than you. You are just being a hater. And I understand you're being a hater because you're afraid these people who are doing weird exercises might get bigger than you. Because you want to make sure that you are top dog. Oh my gosh. You can't be this dude in the internet being the biggest hater of all time because you don't like that someone's doing the Kuso flap. I think I'm saying that wrong, but like there is a scientist who's saying, well, it's more like a rhomboid movement than a lat movement. Yeah, cool. I mean, your rhomboids get very activated in any type of pull down movement. So, yeah, it's understandable that it will be a rhomboid movement. The reason he was talking about how it may not be the best lat exercise is because your lats come across and around your rib cage. So, but studies have shown with EEG, which is like send their like little electrodes and see what's being activated the most or not. And guess what? The Kelso flap was ranked fairly high. It was actually, I think, 9th ranked highest out of I think it was like 2nd or 1st in the most amount of lat activation. That's really cool. It's comparison to a very terrible movement. But yes, it does rank fairly high in this one study. So, nice. That's cool. It was real nice. But, hey, that's crazy. When you hate on people so much that it becomes your personality, no one likes you. Because it becomes such like a big thing for you. You have to prove that these kids are idiots, even though like they're 16 to what? Like like 16 to 18 most of the time, and you're hating on people because they're small, and it's just because they haven't hit puberty yet, they haven't been in the gym long enough to actually gain enough muscle, they're just being very smart and not wanting to injure. Yes. Should you train severely hard when you're young? Yes, because you have the ability to recover faster. And as you slowly get older, it's gonna be you have to switch up a little bit because you're just older. You're more likely to get injured. God damn, that's pissing me off. But guess what? If you're squatting a ton at a very young age, and it's like your lower back hurts, and your lower back hurts and stuff like that, and like it doesn't feel like it's very good for your quads, don't do it. Listen to your body. Like over time, you're gonna understand. Oh my fucking god. That not every movement's built for you because you're different. So go to a movement that's better for you. Hearing people say that squats are king and stuff like that, yes, they are one of the best movements you can do. But you know what's also crazy? That fell over immediately. What's also crazy is like, what if my femurs are very long and I have to hitch so forward that it isn't a quad dominant exercise, it's a lower back dominant exercise. That's something you have to think about. Yes, a lot of people who have massive legs do squats. Is that causation, or is it because they were built for squats? Or is it because squats build a ton of muscle? Squats do build a ton of muscle. They do that. But it's also crazy. It also builds a ton of muscle. The movements you will not get injured on. As simple as that. The more movements you do that you are more likely to not get injured on is the more amount of time you can spend doing these movements, meaning you will get bigger because you're able to do these movements longer. Not just like because, it's because they have least amount of injury risk, so they should be better for you. No, if a movement that I'm very low likely to get injured from, but you are highly likely to get injured from, don't do the movement. Like, I have a friend, there are movements that I can do, he can't do because of shoulder injuries, like old shoulder injuries, so he can't do these movements anymore. And I can do them just fine. So why should he do the exact same movements I'm doing, even though they're putting on a ton of muscle for me? I fucking hate this kid. God damn it, dude. Oh my god. Anyways, the idea that like you and me are different is a good thing. Now, just because I'm doing a movement that's great for me doesn't mean it's a great movement for you, because my friend, he has terrible shoulders because of injuries and stuff like that. So why should he do dumbbell press if it hurts his shoulders? So, all right, have a good night, have a good day, see you later. That was accidental, sorry. I don't know when that cut out. I have to look at it now. Anyways, thing about action having consequences is you cut yourself, it's kind of annoying because it has to scab over and stuff like that. When you cut yourself real deep, it takes longer. And so I have these little stretchy Band-Aid things that are supposed to keep the wound as closed as possible so bacteria doesn't get into it, and I'm taking antibiotics to, kill anything that got in it. So that's the fun part about all this, is it's just a hassle. That's my consequence as of right now. So actions have consequences. You do stupid stuff, you win stupid prizes, cut your finger open, your prize is a little bit of annoyance for a minute. So hello. Arm day was a fun day. You know, just a lot of people today for some reason. Well, it is a later time in the day, so it is gonna be a little more packed. So just a little more people. So my camera work is a little shoddy because I don't want to accidentally film people. So I did try and keep it as centered on me as possible. So if it is hard to see some of the workout, that is the reason. So it just happens. That's how it works sometimes. So, but arm day went pretty nice. I found out that there is bench attachments that make dumbbell curls feel pretty nice, actually. They feel like preacher curls, but dumbbells, except kind of not. Like, I don't know how to explain it. It's like if I put a preacher curl just on my tricep and then put it behind me. It's kind of how it feels. So it kind of locks me in place, so I just stretch the bicep and less of my shoulder when I'm doing like any 45-degree dumbbell curls or stuff like that. So it's pretty nice though. I liked it. And then just decided to do some interesting things with arms. So also I have something to talk about. You know, the whole story time from yesterday about me cut my finger open and stuff like that. Well, my consequence is it's annoying. It's kind of the consequence of that action. It's not really like, I don't know if there'll be any major consequences. Hopefully not, because the major consequence is, you know, getting screwed and kind of having to have my finger cut off. I hope that doesn't happen, because that's a sucky way to lose a finger. Is just, I cut myself with a damn. Okay. All right, that's the best we get today, because for some reason it fell over. All right. That's good. Okay. All right. Oh. Alright. Yeah. Okay. Squeeze this out. Whew.